Have you ever found yourself looking for ways to maintain your energy, especially as you age? Or maybe you're trying to make smarter, healthier choices, but aren't sure where to start? You're not alone. Many of us wonder what's really best for our bodies as we get older. One thing that plays a huge role in how we feel as we age is the food we eat. Sure, there's plenty of talk about exercise and sleep, but what about our diets? Did you know that certain foods can actually help us age better and feel younger, while others might have the opposite effect? Now, I'm not saying that a magical diet will make all the aging signs disappear, but there are small science-backed changes we can make that will truly impact our health in a positive way. For example, research shows that people who consume more nutrient-dense foods, like nuts, often experience lower rates of heart disease and improved brain function. Isn't that fascinating? And here's the thing, not all nuts are created equal. Some are great for us, and others may not be the best choice as we age. In today's video, we're diving into a simple yet powerful topic: 4 healthy nuts to incorporate in your diet and 4 to avoid as you age. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be able to make smarter nut choices that can benefit your health in the long run. And the best part, it's all backed by real science. But before we jump into the details, I want to make one thing clear. This video is for informational purposes only and is based on publicly available research. Everyone's health is different, so it's always a good idea to consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet or lifestyle. After all, scientific knowledge is constantly evolving, and what works for one person may not work for another. Alright, let's get started. I think we should begin with the nuts that are fantastic for our health. When we talk about incorporating healthy nuts into your diet, we're talking about real benefits for heart health, brain function, and even weight management. Let's begin with almonds. These little powerhouses are not only delicious, but also incredibly healthy. Studies have shown that almonds can help lower cholesterol levels. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who consumed almonds regularly saw a significant reduction in their bad cholesterol, LDL, while also improving their good cholesterol, HDL. Pretty impressive, right? But the benefits don't stop there. Almonds are also rich in antioxidants, which help fight inflammation in the body. And as we age, reducing inflammation becomes incredibly important for preventing chronic conditions like arthritis or even heart disease. I know someone, a friend of mine named Sarah, who started adding a handful of almonds to her morning routine, and within a few weeks, she noticed she had more energy and felt less bloated. She couldn't believe how small changes could lead to such big results. Another reason to love almonds is their rich magnesium content. Magnesium is essential for maintaining bone health, something that becomes even more important as we age. It helps with muscle function, nerve signaling, and even regulating blood pressure. Now, I know you might be wondering, should I eat raw or roasted almonds? Both are healthy options, but the key is to choose unsweetened and unflavored almonds. Roasting almonds at high temperatures can sometimes reduce their nutrient content, so stick to raw or dry roasted almonds when possible. As we transition to the next nut on our list, let's talk about walnuts. Walnuts have become increasingly popular in recent years, and for good reason. They are high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to promote heart health. According to the American Heart Association, omega-3 fatty acids can lower your risk of heart disease by reducing inflammation and improving blood vessel function. One study showed that people who ate walnuts regularly had better blood flow and lower blood pressure. But here's the kicker: walnuts are also fantastic for brain health. A study conducted by researchers at the University of California found that consuming walnuts may help improve cognitive function and memory. In fact, some studies suggest that walnuts could even play a role in preventing Alzheimer's disease. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm all for keeping my brain sharp as I age. Just like almonds, walnuts are best eaten raw or lightly toasted. Try tossing a handful into your salad or mixing them into your morning oatmeal. You'll be doing your heart and brain a huge favor. Now that we've covered these first 2 amazing nuts, we've only just begun. But before we dive into the next nuts, let's pause here. We've talked about the power of almonds and walnuts to boost heart and brain health, but there are still 2 more superstar nuts that I can't wait to share with you. And trust me, they're just as amazing for your body as the ones we've already discussed. Now that we've explored the wonderful benefits of almonds and walnuts, let's move on to two more nuts that are just as powerful when it comes to supporting our health as we age. Get ready to hear about pistachios and cashews. They're both packed with incredible nutrients that can truly make a difference in how you feel every day. Let's start with pistachios. These little green gems might not always be the first nut you reach for, but they should be. Not only are they delicious, but they're also rich in antioxidants, which are essential for keeping inflammation at bay. If you're like me, you know how those little aches and pains can start to creep in as we get older. The good news is that antioxidants, like those found in pistachios, can help reduce oxidative stress, which is a major factor in the aging process. One of the most exciting things about pistachios is their ability to support healthy cholesterol levels. Studies have shown that consuming pistachios can help lower bad cholesterol, LDL, while maintaining or even improving the levels of good cholesterol, HDL. One study published in the journal Nutrition found that people who ate pistachios regularly had significant improvements in their cholesterol profile. And I've seen it firsthand. My aunt, who had struggled with high cholesterol for years, started eating pistachios as a snack in the afternoon, and her doctor was thrilled with the improvement in her cholesterol levels at her last checkup. But wait, there's more. Pistachios are also a great source of fiber, which helps with digestion. As we get older, maintaining good digestion is more important than ever, and fiber is a key player in keeping things running smoothly. Pistachios contain more fiber than most other nuts, so they're a fantastic option if you're looking to improve gut health. And here's a fun fact. Pistachios are among the lowest calorie nuts, so if you're trying to manage your weight while still enjoying your nuts, pistachios are a great choice. You can even eat a handful and still feel like you're indulging in a tasty snack without overdoing it on calories. Now let's move on to cashews, another fantastic nut to add to your diet. Cashews are not only creamy and delicious, but they're also packed with vitamins and minerals that are crucial for healthy aging. One of the standout features of cashews is their high content of magnesium. As I mentioned earlier, magnesium plays a vital role in maintaining bone health, muscle function, and overall cardiovascular health. In fact, research shows that magnesium can help reduce the risk of heart disease by supporting normal blood pressure and reducing inflammation. But there's another benefit that cashews bring to the table. They're a great source of copper. Copper is a trace mineral that plays a key role in maintaining healthy skin and joints. As we age, collagen production naturally decreases, which can contribute to wrinkles and joint pain. But consuming foods rich in copper like cashews can help promote collagen synthesis, which is essential for maintaining skin elasticity and reducing the appearance of aging. And did you know that cashews also have a positive impact on brain health? Studies have shown that the nutrients found in cashews, including magnesium and zinc, are important for cognitive function and memory. As we age, it's crucial to keep our minds sharp, and cashews are one simple way to support brain health. I personally know a man named George, who's in his 70s and loves snacking on cashews. He says they've become a staple in his daily routine, especially when he needs a pick-me-up during the day. He's even noticed that he feels more alert and focused when he eats them regularly. So if you're looking for a brain-boosting snack, cashews are a perfect choice. Now you might be thinking, these nuts sound great, but what about the ones I should avoid? That's a fantastic question, and it's exactly what we'll be talking about next. As much as we want to enjoy the health benefits of nuts, it's equally important to be mindful of the ones that could have a negative impact on our health, especially as we age. Let's start with one nut that many people love, but might not realize could be problematic as we age: Brazil nuts. These nuts are incredibly rich in selenium, a powerful antioxidant that can help protect against oxidative stress. But here's the catch: too much selenium can actually be harmful. Studies have shown that excessive selenium intake can lead to toxicity, which may cause symptoms like nausea, fatigue, and hair loss. And it's surprisingly easy to overdo it with Brazil nuts, because just one or two of them can give you more than your daily recommended intake of selenium. This is where moderation comes into play. While Brazil nuts can be a healthy snack when consumed in small amounts, it's best to avoid them in large quantities, especially if you're trying to keep your selenium levels in check. Instead, I'd recommend focusing on other nuts that provide a more balanced nutritional profile. So, with pistachios and cashews in your diet, along with being mindful of Brazil nuts, you're already making a great step toward optimizing your health. And there's more to come as we explore a few other nuts to avoid, and a quick recap on how to make smart choices for long-term well-being. I hope you're enjoying this so far and feeling inspired by the benefits of adding healthy nuts to your diet. If you've made it this far, you've already learned about some powerhouse nuts like almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and cashews. And now let's talk about how to really make these changes work for you. But before we get into that, if you're enjoying the tips and advice in this video, I'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. We release videos just like this every week, packed with simple, science-backed ideas to help you stay healthy and thrive at any age. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Now let's keep going and discuss 2 more nuts to avoid as you age. And this time, we're going to focus on macadamia nuts and pecans. Both of these nuts are tasty and popular, but when it comes to aging and health, they may not be the best option to include in your regular diet. Let's start with macadamia nuts. These nuts are certainly delicious, but they're also very high in fat, especially saturated fat. While not all fats are bad, research has shown that consuming too much saturated fat can contribute to heart disease. The American Heart Association recommends limiting saturated fat intake to less than 10% of your total daily calories. So if you're already eating a diet rich in other sources of fat, such as cheese, meat, or oils, macadamia nuts may push you over your recommended fat intake. That said, macadamias aren't bad in small quantities, but it's best to be mindful of how much you're eating, especially if you have concerns about heart health. Moderation is key. Next up, let's talk about pecans. Now, pecans are rich in antioxidants, and they have heart-healthy fats, so they're not completely off the table. However, they are also very high in calories and can be easy to overeat. As we get older, maintaining a healthy weight becomes a top priority, and while the fats in pecans are healthy, eating too many of them could lead to unwanted weight gain. One of my close friends, Linda, used to snack on pecans throughout the day without really thinking about portion sizes. She didn't realize how many calories she was consuming, and after a while, she found herself gaining weight. Once she switched to eating smaller portions of other nuts, like almonds and walnuts, she noticed that her energy levels increased, and she was able to maintain her weight more easily. Now that we've covered some of the nuts to avoid, let's talk about how to overcome some common challenges when it comes to healthy eating as we age. It's one thing to know which nuts are good for you and which ones to avoid, but how do we actually make these changes in real life? A lot of people struggle with motivation, especially when it comes to changing their eating habits. I've been eating the same way for years, they might say. Or, it's hard to switch to a healthier diet now. I get it, it can feel overwhelming. But I want to remind you that it's never too late to make a positive change. For example, let's talk about Paul, a gentleman I met a while back who didn't start paying attention to his diet until he was in his 70s. He came to me and said, "I wish I had started sooner, but I know I can still make a difference now." So he began by simply adding a handful of walnuts to his breakfast every day, and a few weeks later, he told me he was feeling more energetic and even noticed improvements in his sleep. Small changes can add up quickly. If you're concerned about starting small, don't be afraid to take it one step at a time. Start by swapping out one snack for a healthier nut, like pistachios, and see how you feel. Over time, you can experiment with other nuts and find the ones that work best for you. A little trial and error go a long way in figuring out what makes you feel your best. Another challenge is making nuts more accessible in your daily routine. I've found that the best way to make sure I'm eating healthy nuts regularly is by keeping them within easy reach. For example, I always keep a small container of mixed nuts on my kitchen counter. When I'm hungry between meals, I grab a handful of nuts instead of reaching for something less nutritious. And if you're out and about, you can carry small, pre-portioned bags of nuts with you, so you always have a healthy option on hand. As we've seen today, nuts are a fantastic way to support heart health, brain function, and overall wellness as we age. The right nuts can help us feel more energetic, maintain healthy cholesterol levels, and keep our minds sharp. But it's important to remember that it's all about balance. While almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and cashews are amazing additions to your diet, it's just as important to be mindful of portions and to avoid nuts that are high in unhealthy fats, like macadamia nuts and pecans, if you're concerned about heart health or weight management. As we've come to the final part of this video, I hope you're feeling a little more empowered and excited about how simple changes, like adding the right nuts to your diet, can make a big impact on your health as you age. It's easy to get overwhelmed by all the choices out there, but now you have a clearer understanding of which nuts can be your best friends, and which ones might not be as helpful in your journey toward healthy aging. To recap, we've covered the incredible benefits of nuts like almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and cashews, each one bringing its own unique set of advantages to the table, from supporting heart health and brain function to providing energy and nutrients. These nuts can easily be incorporated into your daily diet, whether you sprinkle them on your salad, blend them into smoothies, or simply enjoy them as a snack. On the flip side, we also explored some nuts that might not be the best choice, especially as we age. While Brazil nuts, macadamia nuts, and pecans may have their own merits, they can also be problematic if consumed in excess, particularly when it comes to fat content and calorie intake. Remember, moderation is key. But here's the most important thing I want you to take away. Aging doesn't have to mean declining health. It's about making small, mindful choices that add up over time. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight or become a perfect eater. It's about taking simple steps, like adding a handful of walnuts to your morning oatmeal, or reaching for pistachios instead of a sugary snack. These little habits, compounded day after day, will help you feel better, stay healthier, and live with more vitality. Now, if you're wondering where to start, I have a challenge for you. Pick one nut that you haven't been eating regularly and make it a part of your daily routine this week. Whether it's almonds, cashews, or pistachios, find a way to include it in your meals or snacks. Give it a try for just 7 days and see how you feel. You might notice more energy, better digestion, or even a positive change in your mood. But remember, it's not just about the nuts. This is part of a bigger picture, taking charge of your health as you age. Incorporating a variety of healthy foods into your diet, staying active, and practicing self-care are all pieces of the puzzle. But small actions like adding nutrient-dense nuts to your meals can make a powerful impact. You've got the power to transform how you feel in your body, and it all starts with the choices you make today. I know that change can feel intimidating, especially when it comes to our diet, but I want to leave you with this. It's never too late to start making healthier choices. Whether you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, there's always an opportunity to improve your health and well-being. It's all about taking things one day at a time. I'd love to hear from you. How have nuts improved your health? Or do you have a favorite nut that you've noticed benefits from? Please drop a comment below and share your story with us. Your feedback helps us create content that's even more helpful and inspiring for everyone in this community. And before I go, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on more practical tips for healthy aging. We've got plenty more coming your way, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you. Here's to living your best life at any age, and to enjoying the simple joys of life, like a handful of healthy, delicious nuts.